Mumbai will also be read to identify what could have led to this issue, whether any external force led to it, or there could be a technical aspect that led to this crash. So a detailed investigation will be done. We are learning that officers from DGCA will reach there shortly. Mostly local authorities have already reached the spot, and senior officials are also on their way. As far as the aircraft is concerned, it's a small aircraft, 6 to 8 seater. We are being told five people were on board. We are being told officially by the DGCA that has issued a statement saying that none of them have survived, and they have also confirmed that Ajit Pawar was on board the plane. Further, if we talk about this incident, we are also learning that probably those who were to take the flight, they were also informed about some technicality on this plane, but that certainly is the details will come on later, and it will be premature to talk about that. But yeah, certainly there have been issues with this aircraft, and this was also a Learjet 45 that took off from Mumbai around 8:10, roughly a distance covering a distance of roughly about 250 kilometers, and around 9:12 it was that ATC was finally informed that the flight has crashed, and it has went up to flips, and none of the five on board have survived the crash.
Well, viewers, if you're just tuning in, let me quickly sum up what has been happening before I bring in Rohit Chandrakar and also, of course, Arunima. What you're seeing on your screens, viewers, is the devastating aftermath of a plane crash that has taken place. Learjet has crashed into the firmament in Baramati district of Maharashtra, which also happens to be the home turf of the Pawar family. Aboard this Learjet were 6 individuals, including the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Mr. Ajit Pawar. The visuals that you're seeing are of the aftermath of the wreckage. You can still see the wreckage burning in the fields, in the open fields, after the pilot tried to attempt a forced landing. Why this was done, we don't quite know. Was it a technical issue? Was there any other unrelated factor? We can't confirm as of now. But the fuselage pictures show that there's a tail fin which has survived, but the rest of the fuselage, including the engines, just about every other component of this aircraft has been reduced to ashes. We're also being told that all individuals on board, including Mr. Ajit Pawar, have lost their lives in this very unfortunate, devastating air crash, which has shocked the country, coming as it is on the back of another air crash that shook, in fact, all of us, all Indians across the board, when an Air India flight had crashed right after takeoff in Ahmedabad. And these pictures are bringing back those memories and are, of course, flooding our conscience, because air accidents are rare. And when they do happen, usually there are attendant devastating consequences. And here, unfortunately, there are no survivors. Ajit Pawar has passed away this morning. We're being told that at 9:12 this morning, ATS received information of the crash. The plane took off from Mumbai at about 8:10, so about 45 minutes to an hour later, it crashed. And it crashed as it was attempting to land in Baramati. Let me just open this up, because if you've just joined the broadcast, we're being told that the Pawar family is rushing to Baramati. We're showing you pictures from outside the hospital, where, of course, thousands of the Pawar family supporters have congregated to mourn the passing of Ajit Pawar. I also want to bring in Payal, who's reporting on the DGCA aspect of this and the inquiries going forward. And right after, I'll bring in Rohit Chandrakar, senior journalist who knows a lot about Maharashtra and how this is going to perhaps impact not just Maharashtra politics, but national level politics too. Payal, over to you.
Yes, what we do understand, Rahul, from the DGCA is that they're going to be setting up an inquiry as far as that is concerned. And the black box will essentially be holding the key as far as this investigation really goes, to understand what really happened. But what the DGCA has been able to tell us, that right at the start of the runway, there was a crash landing that the aircraft did, and the aircraft immediately burst into flames as well. And that is something which they have really right now. But it is a matter of investigation to find out, because if that happened because of any technicality, or if that happened because of lack of fuel, etc. So nothing is being ruled out as of now, and inquiry certainly will be ordered. But like I said, the black box will certainly hold the key, and the DGCA has already begun to assess to see what really caused this crash landing at this juncture.
As possible, because, as you know, viewers, first responders would have rescued all of those who needed to be, and of course recovered the body parts, etc., and the remains of those that did not make it. And as of now, I'm not trying to hazard a guess because miracles do happen, but from all the indications coming from the ground, it does appear that there are no survivors. And those devastating pictures tell you the story, really, of just how improbable the prospect of anyone making it through. But miracles do happen. But these are pictures that are coming from the capital, New Delhi, where a large number of people are now congregating at Ajit Pawar's home in the union capital, or perhaps residents of the Pawar family, maybe the residents of Supriya Sule. We'll try to get you more updates on that. But those are pictures of those who are coming to obviously extend their condolences to the Pawar family. The Pawar family will be leaving very soon for Baramati to also, of course, conduct the last rites. It is in Baramati that the Pawars founded their political ambitions, and it is in Baramati that one of them has met his end in very, very grievous circumstances. Mr. Chandravakar, put this into perspective for us. A massive blow. I think Gopinath Munde was the last leader to have passed away under untoward circumstances, and he was a mass roots leader. And of course, Mr. Ajit Pawar is no less in influence. And of course, he's the Deputy Chief Minister, current Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra.
Rahul, just to give you a perspective, this is such a big shock for everybody in Maharashtra, especially those connected to politics or those who are following politics, those who get affected by politics, mainly because Ajit Pawar was seen as a person who's survived in politics all through last 30 years. Remember, Ajit Pawar first got elected in 1991 from the Lok Sabha constituency of Baramati in Pune district. And he served a full term in Lok Sabha as a new entrant, as Maharashtra stalwart Sharad Pawar's nephew. That was his first term. And ever since, he has not lost a single election. He moved to the state assembly. He moved from national politics to state politics after his first term in Lok Sabha. And ever since, he has grown and only grown in Maharashtra, except for the period between 1995 and 1999, when BJP and Shiv Sena was in power in Maharashtra, and Ajit Pawar and his party had to sit in the opposition, except for those 5 years. And then later, of course, during Devendra Fadnavis's era, of 2014 to 2019, except for these two terms, Ajit Pawar has been in power throughout. He's been Maharashtra Chief Minister, Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister under various UPA regime as well as BJP's NDA regime. And he presented 10 budgets, annual budgets of Maharashtra government in the state assembly as Maharashtra Finance Minister. He used to tell us very proudly that he's perhaps the only one. He's in fact the only finance minister who got to present 10 annual budgets of Maharashtra government in Maharashtra Assembly. On personal front, I can tell you that he was very reticent with media, not really forthcoming, but very accessible to the public and his karyakartas and his activists. Also known to be very conscious about keeping himself physically fit. He was a teetotaler, did not smoke, and always kept telling everybody around him, how it is important to be physically fit. He always started his day very early in the morning and worked till, about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night every day, and traveled a lot and was very efficient in his work. There were some controversies in which he was involved, obviously many allegations that were leveled by the BJP during election season especially, but he survived through that. And politically speaking, I can tell you that Ajit Pawar is known to all of us, was I should say, very unfortunately we have to say, Ajit Pawar was now known to us as a political survivor. You may have a Congress government in Maharashtra, you may have a BJP government in Maharashtra, you may have a Shiv Sena government in Maharashtra, and what you saw was this political survivor was always part of that government throughout in the last 30 years or so, 3 decades. Ajit Pawar was 67 years old, came from political family. I can't call it humble background because his uncle Sharad Pawar was already an established politician and doing very well in Maharashtra politics when Ajit Pawar entered politics as a youngster. So he had that legacy, and he built on it. Worked very hard. Of course, there were some controversial things that were talked about him in terms of his involvement in some financial irregularities. Those allegations were also there in his public life. But he survived through all that and was, we were looking at him as, a good performer. Unfortunately, last few months, in the recent municipal polls and in the Nagar Parishad or city council polls that happened before the municipal polls, Ajit Pawar's party did not score too well. His party did reasonably well in the city council polls in Baramati and Pune area. But in the municipal polls, his performance was not too good in Pune and Pimpri Chinchwad, which were his bastions, both the municipal corporations. But he was looking at bouncing back in the upcoming district council, Zilla Parishad polls, which are happening in February, and was building his campaign. And that's exactly for what he was traveling from Mumbai to Baramati this morning. The incident has shocked, people majorly, and I'm sure